performance tonight?
Yo, it's so hard to fight. It's so hard to fight somebody like this when they running the whole time. Every time this guy committed, I counted and I got him every time. He just run the whole time. Every time. It's okay though. Look, we got a lot to work on. Listen, no matter what it is, man, we're looking forward to facing the world champions. That's what really matters. I know that's what the fans want. Listen, I'm all about pleasing the fans. I'm all about giving them what they need, and that's a show.
How do you see yourself getting an opportunity at a world title next?
Huh?
Who do you see yourself fighting to get that opportunity at a world title next?
We would love to fight Josh Taylor. We would love to fight Regis Prograis. We would love to fight Alberto Pujols, I believe, at 140, or even a rematch with George Kambosos.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Teofimo Lopez confirms that the Black Murderer's role is in full effect today. That clip I just played for you guys, that was Teofimo talking after his controversial win over Sandor Martin. You heard Teofimo say that he wants to fight the champions at 140. He said he wants to fight all of them, from Regis Prograis to Josh Taylor to even Albert Puello. But the only champion that's available for Teofimo to fight right now, the champion that he is the #1 contender to fight, is Regis Prograis. Shortly after Lopez got his win over Martin, we heard him come out and imply that he would beat Regis Prograis, or imply he would even take the fight. His father was doing interviews saying how they're going to knock out Regis, etc., etc. And now all of a sudden the truth is coming to light, and Teofimo Sr. confirms that the Regis Prograis fight is not going to happen. His exact words.
Regis is not going to happen, bro. Okay? Because what we're going to get from that? 35%? You know? There ain't no money in that fight.
He is the world champion, so you do get a chance to get a belt.
Exactly, bro. But why are we gonna fight Regis Prograis when we ain't gonna get the money that we're supposed to get? You know what I'm saying? That's what people don't understand, bro. You know, we want to fight with Top Rank. We want to be on ESPN. We want to fight, you know, with that network, so we can get what everybody chases, money.
Yeah.
And belts. The belts are gonna come. You know, we getting Josh Taylor like in July, but I told Bob, we ain't fighting Josh Taylor unless you give us a fight before July. We need to have a fight. We need to fight in April or the beginning of May or end of April. We need to have a fight.
Gotcha.
You know, and then we can make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so I'm putting all these clips together for a reason. You heard at the beginning, Teofimo, he said, even though he made excuses why he looked the way he looked against Sandor Martin, one of the main things that stood out is he said, there's still a lot of things that we need to work on. Keyword, a lot. So when Teo says that, then you hear Senior say, we want another fight. Not only are they turning down a title shot to fight against Regis Prograis, who once again, that's the only title shot that's available right now. Because when it comes to Josh Taylor, his fight with Catterall has just been postponed like, a second, third time already? So it will be forever if he even gets that shot at Josh Taylor. And you hear Senior, he basically said, we need a tune-up before we even take the winner of Josh Taylor versus Catterall. And we know they're looking for another tune-up because once again, Teofimo Jr., he just said we have a lot of stuff to work on. Then you have the money excuse that they're using for why they don't want to fight Regis Prograis. Coincidentally, this is the exact same excuse. The exact same excuse. All the details and everything. This is the exact same excuse Jose Ramirez used to turn down a title shot against the WBC champion Regis Prograis. Teofimo Sr., he said, why are we going to fight him? You know, when we're not going to get the money we're supposed to get, you know, we want to get the money. That's why we're going to stay with our network. These are all the same things that Ramirez said. See, the reason why Teofimo and Jose Ramirez, they keep saying they want to fight on ESPN, they don't want to fight on another network, because this fight will go to purse bid, meaning any network can buy the fight. But I have never heard a challenger who was the mandatory for a title shot turn it down because he doesn't want to fight on another network. For example, if PBC, Al Heyman, or DAZN, if they outbid Top Rank, which they most likely will, He's saying that he doesn't want to fight on those networks. It makes no sense at all. It makes no sense at all. In fact, when it came to Teofimo, remember, Teo, he wanted the fight to go to purse bid when it came to Kambosos. He wanted that fight to go to purse bid because he wanted to make more money than what Top Rank and Bob Arum were willing to pay him for the Kambosos fight. Bob had always said that fight is not worth too much. So once again, when it came to the George Kambosos fight, Lopez, he was willing to take it to purse bid. He was hoping that someone else would buy the fight. Now that Regis Prograis is the champion, he doesn't want to do a purse bid? It makes no sense at all. Now, there's something else as well. You guys heard Teofimo say, the guy was just running, he was running, et cetera, et cetera. And that's basically his excuse for why he performed so poorly in that fight, right? So the question is, what is the point about complaining about this guy not standing in front of you and moving all day if you're going to also turn down a title shot against a champion who's going to come forward, who's going to come towards you the whole night? That's supposed to be right up Lopez's alley, according to the excuses he's making for, once again, how he looked in the Martin fight. Now, let me tell you guys why the money excuse that the Lopezes are using to not fight Regis Prograis makes no sense at all. It doesn't add up at all, because this is the same excuse they used when they were turning down the Devin Haney fight. Teofimo was offered more money to fight Devin Haney than he actually made in the Kambosos fight, and he still went with the Kambosos fight. Teo was offered $4 million to fight Devin, and he probably would have made even more than that because that was just the guaranteed money up front. And remember, Teo didn't even negotiate. So if he would have negotiated, he probably would have even gotten a little bit more. According to reports, Teofimo, he made $2 million against Kambosos when he could have made $4 million against Devin Haney. Once again, his excuse was, we're fighting Kambosos because we're going to fight Kambosos in Australia with an arena that holds 50,000 seats. And instead, he fought George Kambosos in a small room in the States that didn't sell out. Now, you heard seniors say, we're not going to fight Regis Prograis for 35% of the split, when they already know that's what the mandatory or the number one contender gets when he's fighting against a champion. But forget about all that. If you didn't want the 35%, why didn't you negotiate a deal with Regis Prograis? Why didn't you push for a higher percentage? They never negotiated with Regis Prograis. You know why? Because they never cared what the split was. Just like Jose Ramirez didn't care what the split was when he turned down that title shot. Just think about this for a second. When it comes to Regis Prograis, Teofimo, he's already made up his mind. He's not going to fight this guy at all, regardless of what would have happened in negotiations. But when it comes to the other champion, Josh Taylor, assuming Josh Taylor gets past Catterall, Teo is going to be in the same situation when it comes to the split in that fight. And without even talking to Josh Taylor or Catterall, without even seeing if they're interested in the fight, he's already telling the public that that's who he's going to fight. Meaning he doesn't care what Josh Taylor says in negotiations. If Josh Taylor said, you're going to get the same split that you would have got in the Regis fight, Teo is still going to continue to say that's the fight that he wants, because Teo feels that Josh is the weakest link. He feels that the winner of that fight, Catterall or Josh, is the weakest link in that division. He feels Regis Prograis will be the most dangerous fight. He doesn't even really want the Albert Puello fight, the other undefeated champion, the Dominican champion. Teofimo is looking for the easiest road to a title shot. I'm telling you guys right now, there is a very good chance that if Teo ever does fight for a title at 140, he's going to make less money than he would have made against Regis Prograis. And Teofimo, he is okay with that because it's never been about the money. It has always been about who he believes he can beat and who he believes he probably can't beat. If Sandor Martin or Jose Pedraza was the champion and they told him you're only getting 35%, Lopez would have took the fight in a heartbeat. We know what time it is. I'm on to the next one, y'all. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Alot Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.